Welcome in, Greg Ruff and Coach Kevin Carroll back in town. You went to Florida. Where's the sun?
It's a business trip.
Business trip.
No, we actually did take about an hour after practice on Thursday and go over to the beach. So
Yeah.
pretty nice day.
I know you. That's something as a coach you want to do. You do a really good job of getting your guys exposed to things, experiencing things beyond basketball. And that's important to you. And why is that?
Oh, well, I think that's because that's my biggest job. At the end of the day, we're here to help make memories. And these are going to be memories that are going to live with them for the rest of their life. And I think back to my college career. Honestly, I really can only remember a handful of games, but I remember a lot of the times in the locker room or, just in the cafeteria or in the bus, in the locker, in the hotel or going to the beach or something like that.
Yeah.
Things, we did something similar one year. I remember those things really well.
Well, you're back home after a road trip, getting the season started. Feels like the season already started because the way it is now, the exhibition games are like the real deal, except they just don't count in the record books. Yeah. But now you got 2 under your belt and got a good win against Embry-Riddle. You're playing Welch, a local team, NCCAA team. Just talk about what you want to get out of tonight.
Yeah, I think just continuing to grow and develop in the things that we learned from this past weekend. And there was a lot to learn, and I was very pleased with the way we responded on Saturday. We're here year number 2 as a staff and some players and stuff like that, but we have a lot of new players.
Yeah.
And you really don't learn what you need to know about your team until you go through some adversity and experience adversity. And I felt like we experienced that Friday, and wasn't sure how we would respond, but was very, very grateful and very pleased with the way things turned out on Saturday.
It's one of the tougher questions, but what did you not like about Friday? Because watching it, there was a lot that I liked, but you're the coach and you saw more than I did.
Yeah, I really thought we did not handle their pick and roll coverage in particular very well, and it's something that we've been working on. I think it's something we know what to do. We did not handle that well at all. We had a film session the next morning before we dove into the scout with Embry-Riddle, and there were several clips of just looking in the wrong place, over dribbling, trying to do too much, just making the game a lot harder than it should. And that's I think we had we had a season low, obviously, but I think since I've been here, the lowest amount of assists that we've had in a game. We had 8 assists in the game on Friday, and that's just an indication of how poorly we moved the ball. Conversely, Saturday we ended up with 21 assists, 6 turnovers.
I want to say this carefully, but we've not had a performance like Mateo Esmeralda had on Saturday in a while, as far as everything that went into it and him setting up people for success. Those weren't 11 fake assists. Those are legit assists.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Amazing. I mean, and that's exactly, what we were looking for when we got him and we brought him, and that's no disrespect to anybody that hasn't been here in the past.
That's why I was saying I want to say it carefully.
Yeah, we've had some great, some great guys at those positions, and he's probably just a little bit different and probably a little bit more what this team needs in terms of his ability to see and pass and his speed with the ball and decision making. And we come to the halftime locker room. I look at the box score, and he's got 8 assists and 1 turnovers in the first half. So very, very grateful. I think he is still learning how we want him to play, especially in transition. That may sound funny because how fast he is, but like what to look for and all those things, and that really shone through on Saturday.
One of the things that I really liked about what I saw was he looked. You could see him actually looking, and then passing. In other words, and then the last thing. I like the little flair that he has. I like that. I like that in a point guard. I don't know if some coaches don't.
No, I do.
You don't seem to mind.
He's my cup of tea. All right.
But I love seeing that.
Yeah. Now, it was funny because yesterday in practice, I was actually talking to one of our younger guys, and just somebody who was a point guard in college and played the position and whatever. I was talking to them about, like, it's just so much more than just how you pass or how you shoot or how you play off the ball screen. It's like your presence, when you're like the whole team is looking at you when you're coming up the floor, and how you get that possession started, or how you carry yourself, or the way you take command of the team. Like, all of that stuff matters, and I think that's something that Mateo is gifted with in a lot of those areas. He does a lot of things well, and he's got some things to improve upon, but he's definitely kind of got that confidence about him that's good for our team.
He's Kevin Carroll. I'm Greg Ruff. Trevecca basketball on Flow College coming up next.